had a bit of running about today, so I'm not going to do very much. I just want to finish tying up these two ropes and see if I can do it properly this time without breaking things, without destroying it. So I put little knots in the strings here just to keep them in the right place, but obviously these knots are going to go because I didn't have knots in great big ropes today. So just take the knot out, put it back where it should be, which is quite high, and then what I'll do is I only managed to get half of it. Not easy, is it? Don't want it too high. You want to sit across the top of that rudder. So hopefully about there, but I shall tie up the other side as well, so they're both being held on a clip. Later, there we are, all tied up, neatly centred, quite happy with that. Not the greatest work of art, but it's functional, it works. You see it sits right in the middle, so this is where we want it to be. Okay, on to the next phase. Right guys, I'm about to start doing the covers for here. So I've cut this piece, I've obviously painted it, cut it to length, which is good. It says to make it equal either side. But you see, when you make it equal either side, right, we'll go just like bent it, but then these stick out as well. So if that's equal either side, that's where it's going to have to be sticked. So I guess then I'll just paint the top of these. In fact, I might do that to start with. Paint the tops of these. It's only a touch of black. One thing I realised the other day was that my dark red leather paint, I think it gets used most on this film. I think it seems that all the decoration, all of these are dark red leather, and so you do use quite a bit of it. It doesn't matter if I go past it. Yeah, so they only give you one in the pack, whereas they give you two black, two white, which I find quite amusing. It's not fast. There's a bit of glue on it. There's things you find out when you're doing other things. I'll put a bit of glue on that pin rail in a second. There we go. So that pin rail there is not properly attached. And I've probably cut it with my hand as I've been working, yeah. Any other bits that need touching up, I'm doing here, because I noticed that the two rails, well, you'll see in a few seconds, and one of the other bits I wanted to touch up, when we added this extra piece of wood on here, both sides, I didn't put any filler in, and it does look like it needs a bit, it should be solid, so I'll put a little bit of filler in there. It's all in preparation for putting these top, well, I don't know what you call them, rails? Decking? It's not decking, is it? Like, what do you call the top of a wall? Can't think. Okay, let's put some filler. Just looking for my scraper. Don't need a big scraper, just need a little one. This one will do the job. It'll do the job if I can ever get into the filler again. I'm glad I've got all these tools sitting around waiting to be used. Okay, so a little bit of filler on here. Don't worry if you put too much on, it'll get smoothed in and then it'll get rubbed down. I find it strange that I didn't do that before I painted it. I must have been having a little brain freeze then. Some would say I don't have a brain, so I can't have a brain freeze, but there you go. My excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Look at this over here. Excuse me while I stick my head in front of the camera. I'll get rubbed down and repainted in a few seconds. It takes about 20 minutes to dry, overnight to dry hard. Right, a touch of glue for that. pig wheel. It's only one problem. I can't find my glue. It's big enough tube in it. Why did I use it last? Oh, this is strange. I put things to one side so I don't lose them. And now I can't find it. I'll come back to you in a few seconds. Couldn't find it for looking at it. Right, so a few things to set there, and then so I use this bright light because the camera light is a bit far away from where I want to work, on the opposite side of the shed from where my spotlights are. So this is going to go in here, like that. I'm going to try and get it in the middle. I won't go too far in that way because of the clips ears there. Just a bit. That's where it's going to go. So, it's going to go in there like that. I was going to use aliphatic resin in here, but I think I'll use this. I'll put activator on the other half. Right. That's only one of my criticisms of using these pictorial instructions is you don't get to know the names of the different parts of the ship. And I'm not a ship person, so I built another kit previously, but it was not quite as detailed as this, and I only got some of the names. Now the thing with using activator is it dries fairly quick. You can see it sticks almost instantly. And here's the one I missed from painting black. Yeah, the more you sit and look at this, you find all little bits where you've missed it. Well, that's going to be covered up. But little titchy bits that you missed the paint on. Bit in there, bit here, bit there. Right, is that one on? The next one is when we start using the curlies on the end. If you don't know what I mean, it's like a, if you look at a historic balustrade, it has things on the end that curl over. Well, we've got them on here as well, and we're about to use them. So I may have to swap you to the workbench, which means I need to tidy it up before you come over. Joking really, it's all here, everything's here. Right, that's the basic wood. I need a 166A and a 166B. So I'm going to stop you and bring you to the workbench. I just want to show you guys, these are the 166 A's and B's. It doesn't say which is which, they're both the same. Because if you cut them out, they're this thick and you need it double that to fit this wood. Look, this wood is half of that. So, do I cut the wood to size first? Yes, I think I will. And then put the curly Q things on. That will make more sense. Right. Two longish bits. I think that's too short, but I shall need that in a little while. Other bits. Okay, I'll be back in a second. Here it is in position. Put a bit of paint on the end of it. It doesn't look too bad. Hangs over like you expect it to. I might just put a bit of sandpaper on the end here, repaint it. But that's it in position. I've got to rub this down shortly and paint it red before I do the piece at the back, which it is starting to look quite good now, isn't it? Stand back for it, it doesn't look too bad. Okay, I'm off to watch the football. I'll be back in a few minutes, a few seconds for you, a couple of hours for me. I'm back. Starts to get quite interesting, these top strips now. There's a, I don't know what the numbers mean, MRB, MRB, MRS, MRS. Oh, yeah, stern. I've got stern left, stern right, bow right. Okay, we're on the right of the stern, starboard as it's better known. So we want this piece here. Try not to snap it. There it is, painted. Just let it set, and then we'll put it on the ship and we'll cut these little bits out. You'll see when I come to do it what they're for. Guys, say welcome back. It's been a while. Now I was going to use alopathic to hold this in, but it's going to have a little bit of a twist on it, so it's going to be super glue on this bit, an activator on the other, and just hold it in place. That'll take a few seconds. It would go a lot quicker if I could get the glue where I want it. There we go. Right, a little bit of the activator in here. Good stuff, this activator. But you've got to be careful how you use it, because if you get it wrong, it's stuck before you know it. Right, it is there, see? That's where it's good to go. Take the bend out of it. And that's it, in position. You can see that I'd already tried to line up, so it's all in line. Good, eh? Now, that's going to set up overnight. This is the stuff I was going to use. And it's pretty good wood glue. I used to use it all the time when I was air modelling, and it is pretty good stuff. Right, as I say, that's going to set up overnight. I'm going to now cut out the next bit, so I'll take you over to the other bench. The next stage is these rails, which have to be, there's a left and a right, so you have to make sure you get the right one. So they're left and a right, but they should be identical. They're certainly mirrored on here, but why are they mirrored? So they must care if they're left or right. Just want to make sure I don't break any of this as it's coming out. I must admit they've done a nice job with the laser cut. And it kept these little bits which stop it falling apart. It's kept them to a very, very minimum amount. There, is that them all? Maybe I need to turn them over and do them again from the reverse side. This could take some sanding to get rid of this lot. And some very careful bits, because some of these are going to be quite fragile. It's amazing how you think you've got them all, and then one of them decides that I don't want to go. There we go. That's that one out. Keep the file handy. So, do you see what it is yet? That's the rails. They're going to be painted as well. So, let me take these bits off. The usual clean up after cutting pieces out. And then I'm just going to paint this and leave it to set overnight, because I'm sure you can see, well, I'll show you before we stop for today. Guys, if you're doing this, be very, very careful when you come to do these bits, because you can't put pressure on a piece without holding it properly. Don't try to file them like that without keeping some kind of even pressure on it. It's even doing that, it's dodgy. Support it every which way you can, because it will come off. Now you see that one nicked, so that's going to need a bit of filler on it. So we'll do that next before we do the painting. Nothing you can do about those, it's just how it came out of the frame. Okay, so a little tiny bit of filler in there. That one knocked a bit out as well, see. But at least on these it's easy to repair. I have to do much more filling. I'm going to have to go and get another tin of filler. What's happening here? It's not sticking to the wood. Now when that's hardened, I shall go over it with a bit of sandpaper. Every time I try to take the excess off, I take too much. There we go. There's a few that look a bit there we go. Right, leave that bit to set up. It will be painted. We go back to the ship now. You saw, we'll go in here. All the little sticky down bits go through these holes. Try and show you. There's the shape, and it's going to fit, as you can see, in all those little holes. Slight bend and stick out the back, just like that. That's where it's going to go. But there's a bit of work to do here first. So this can go back in the bin. Find my little saw, which I have in my hand. I'm going to cut these two bits here out. So I'll just turn it towards me a little bit so I can see this. You couldn't see what I was doing. Sorry about that. I can show you the end result. The two cutouts and the pieces put back in. Sorry about that. I'll edit that out when I come to do it. Back to the bench. You can see what I'm doing here. I previously put some filler on two little bits where the sprue had pulled out. It's not really hardened in yet, so I guess I may have to wait until tomorrow. But it's set overnight, so it sets in. It's not too bad, but it is a bit soft still, so yeah. I'm going to leave it like that until tomorrow. I'll paint it tomorrow and that'll be the next stage. See you in a few seconds. Guys, the next part of this task is to turn this. Oh, they come in pairs like this. So you got to turn this into this, which will then fit in there. And we've got to do, was it 13? 13 of those. Get them all stuck in and painted. The sequence is you file the centre here so it matches the centre here. You then file the top so you get this, that's upside down. You get this quadrant type shape, and then you file the base to get a 2x2 that fits in that hole, and that's where it'll be glued. Okay, so I've got to do that another 12 times. So, you know, we keep saying about all these little jobs that are repetitive and boring. Well, it's boring for you, but it's okay for me. I'll sit here and file away at these. I'll see you when I've got them all done. There we go. That's it in place. Now you can hear the rain coming down. That one looks a little bit low, doesn't it? But, well, it doesn't detract from the... As long as I get the other side looking the same, I'm quite happy. Okay, that's that one in. The front one is painted and it will set up overnight, and I'll fit that in the morning. For you, a few seconds. You can hear the thunder. I'm going to go inside. I'm not scared of thunder, but I prefer to be inside than sitting in my shed. See you in a few seconds. Right guys, good morning. I want to point out an error in the pictorial plans. So for anybody building this ship, oh, what's happened there? There you go, sorry. Right, for anybody building this ship, here's the mistake. Let me get the bit for the front. I'm putting you out of focus for some reason. Don't know why. Sorry. There we go. Right, this is the bit that goes on the front. And you can see that's it, lined up to the front, even if I take a little bit to square it off. Oh dear. It's going to be, this is the trouble, one hand modelling. Anyway, you can see where it comes to, which is way down here. And I haven't put the curly bits on. So basically, in the pictorial, they show you have to drop this wall by, I think it was 2 millimeters, which I made the drop, but you can see it would fit in nicely in there. That'll sit down, that bends down, fits in. but you can see where the end should be along here. And if you look on the pictures on the pictorial plan at this stage, the curlies are right just before this cannon port. I want to go there, that right, just there. So this is correct, this is wrong, which means this cut is wrong on both sides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of 2x2 in on the inside and the outside on both sides, and then I'll cut it at the right place, which on this side means I've got to cut it first. I need to see what I need to do at the front here, whether I have to square it off or what. It doesn't tell you. So that's where it will go in there. So I'll just mark that off and I'll cut this out and I'll come back to you in a few seconds. Guys, I don't know what happened there. You seem to have got cut off again. I put this on, lined it all up. I'm just about to turn it around and start on the starboard side, which I'll probably film a little bit. But if you like what I'm doing, feel free to like, share it with your friends and relatives. Subscribe if you've not already done so. Apparently all subscriptions help me a little bit on the channel. I don't know how, I'm quite new at this YouTube and we'll see how we are. Yeah, I got the alignment right. We'll see how we are on the next part. When you subscribe, you'll see a little bell icon will come up, and that bell icon is the notification, and what that does, if you click on it, you'll be notified when any new videos come up on the channel. Any new videos. I've just realised, looking in here, I seem to have lost all my buckets. Oh no, they are in there. I thought I'd lost all my buckets, but they're right inside. So, okay, see you in a few seconds when I carry on the starboard side.